Morning everyone, happy Easter. This maple tree's looking nice. This is one of those moon something maples. I forget the official name. Guess it's on the tag over here. Shira Swan Johin. Anyway, it has a big fat round leaf and it has pretty orange tones later in the year and it's looking nice. Kids are outside playing up the hill. The rooster is doing his morning thing. All the kitties are here and doing well, although I did have to call for Stripe this morning. Took him a couple minutes to show up. He might have been asleep in the garage. Sacked out. Hi. Hi. Hi, bud. Hi, boys. Yeah. It's already 60 something. It's just gorgeous out here. My Easter Bunny print stopped overnight because the poop chute filled up. There's a little tree support next to it to hold the bow up. I really don't think it was needed, but I let it do what it said it needed to do. Yeah, that many color changes to get the bow. But it's worth it. It looks very cute. It'll be done in a little bit. Hi, buddy. Good morning. How are you? I sure hope Gypsy can get up on the porch today to eat and nobody chases him off. I'll be watching a little more closely today. Yeah, it wasn't you though. Yeah, when I was outside yesterday and I walked around the front, it could have stood to be mowed actually. But, you know, I had just done enough yesterday. I'm probably not going to do it today either. It's nice out here. It's much quieter on the front porch. There's a squirrel in the tree. They're eating parts of the maple. They actually come... Oh, there's the hawk. Straight ahead. There we go. Very nice. I hear its mate over on the carport side. Doing everything I can to hold the camera still. Anyway, the squirrels actually chew the branches off the maple trees, eat the seeds, and you know, there's a mess of it in the backyard. They do that every spring. You would think they could remove the seeds without chewing off the branch, but not really. Good morning, Gray. Hi, hi. Hi. Good girl. Alright, it's done. Let me pull it out of there. Well, there was a tree support on the outside holding the bunny up, and there was also one on the inside. The one on the inside might have been important. This one has actual holes, and you can see through it, whereas the other one that I printed the other day without the bow, printed it twice, didn't actually have the holes. So this is the one that was inside straight up to the top, and there is still just a little bit of pink up there, which I probably could get out if there was a reason to get it out, but I'm probably not going to. I'm happy with it. Let's go see if it screws into the base like it's supposed to. Okay, it fits in that base, but it doesn't screw in and that base is too big. So I'm gonna print the base that goes with this bunny. Yeah, there's the bunny feet. They'll be done when we come back. Obviously smaller, the right size for the smaller bunny. Well, looky, what's at the environmental park today?
Yeah, I haven't seen the black X.
No, we see a white one all the time.
And it's kind of newer because it's
and
all
it's
blacked out.
Definitely newer, yep. So we got really lucky with that nail. The tires inflated properly and Don didn't do anything else to it. He did have to use the needle nose pliers he had in the car to get it out last night. It was in there enough that just trying to turn it with his fingers wasn't gonna get it back out. So yeah. I guess that rubber just really grips when anything, you know, penetrates it.
Yeah, and that's not enough to grab your fingers on it. You're not going to pull it out without a pair. You had to spin it out, and that screw was screwed into it, and you were not going to pull it out without pliers.
It's 73 degrees already. I did turn on the heat in the garage a little bit because the garage and inside the car was cold, but out here in the sun it's warm. And we're headed to the Greenway Trail with a stop at Harris Teeter on the way back to the house. And we had a car turn in front of us, a totally legal, okay turn. And the thing that was impressive about it is that Jules didn't brake. There was no fault. There was no, I'm worried braking. There's a car crossing my path. It was just like what a human would have done. It was great. We didn't get thrown into the windshield. I told Dawn, it's probably so many times now that she's doing what she should be doing without you know, that we may not even notice how the improvements, because there's just nothing to gripe about anymore. It's just, you know, she's just doing the right things. And Don also had a very astute suggestion, observation, comment this morning. Is like, Tesla, could you not help out us YouTube vloggers that are trying to demo the cars and capture this screen, whatever's on the screen, to the dash cam card or some other card, or a way for us to do that? Because, you know, think of all the people wanting to capture what the screen's doing that are having to dedicate a camera to doing that in some form or another. And, you know, why this is just a tablet. Why can't we do a screen capture?
Yeah.
We love our little camera for when we want to show stuff for front and back, and it does capture out the rear view a little bit and to the sides a little bit too. It's very effective, but it doesn't capture the screen, and it would just be nice to just have the screen captured. Hey, Don said, I'm gonna go find the most Easter colored shirt I have. He picked pastel green.
And neon stuff.
Yeah, and he said that without any prompting or anything. He just went and did it.
Yeah.
I have on my peach sorbet, my orange dreamsicle, as Dawn calls it, shirt today. Also an Easter color. So Dawn wants to put the LEDs above the AMS unit today. And unfortunately says he's got to go to his office to do a little work. So I think we're just going to walk to the lake and walk back and not actually walk to the high school. But I'm glad we came to an alternate venue today. A little something different, change it up, even if it's not a, you know, we'll get 2.5 miles walking to the lake and back, even though it's, you know, it's like 3 miles if we walk over to the high school and back. It's just a little farther. Sewer combined with wisteria. It's an interesting combination. No, it's actually really good when all you get is the wisteria. Very pretty. It's one of my all-time favorite flowers because we had it growing up in the yard in New Jersey. This beautiful purple. And my grandmother had white and purple. I love it. It's like, it's seriously one of my favorites. Well, we've made it to the lake, and I'd have to say that it's hot.
Yeah, it's warm. I'm a little warm.
Yeah, my black leggings are making my legs feel quite warm today. Yep. It's the first official walk of the year that I'd be good if it were cooler.
Happened on the last day of March.
Yep. It's quite pleasant out here. Lots of families today walking. which is, it's normal weekend, and add a little for Easter.
Yeah, and I would say if you're in the shade, it's not bad. But once you get out, we've been out in the sun a fair amount.
Yeah.
And the trees are, as you can see, they're not fully leafed out yet. So there's a lot of sun.
They're working on it, but they're not yet. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been picking up more solar gain.
Well, we're going to walk to the dam, take a picture, and turn around.
Yeah.
Well, the water level is still looking good here. We're supposed to have a chance for rain, I think, Thursday again this week. I like regular rain. I like not being dry. North Carolina is a sad place when those beautiful green trees turn brown or the leaves wilt, so it's all good. Pretty day. So still no official light poles up in this parking lot. As a matter of fact, there's still a temporary meter. There's like one, if you'll turn, here Donnie, there was like one new pole in the middle of the parking lot that made me hopeful.
It was put there by accident.
But yeah. Well, now that we're moving into summer, it'll be dark till 8 or 9 o'clock. It's not as important, but it was super important in the wintertime that they light the lot, and the lot is still not lit. Oh well.
Well, I can tell by the way these things are. Those are for light poles.
Yeah.
One wire comes up on one side to pole, and then it leaves and goes to the next place.
The only thing I can guess is that wherever they ordered from, they're back ordered.
Supply chain.
Supply chain issue. They can't be that expensive. I don't know.
Yeah, and looking at surveying this now, there is no facility whatsoever for a EV charger.
Yeah, I don't know why there's no charge point charger.
Not even one. There's
whatever.
nothing.
I mean, people do go into Aviator and the businesses over there and could easily be there 3 or 4 hours on a Friday night, so.
Yeah. So I'm ready to install the frame for the lights that go underneath the AMS unit. To do that, I've got to undo the actual AMS unit. And I have a couple tools that are supposed to facilitate that. This tool is supposed to undo the USB cable or the communication cable, and then this tool is supposed to undo the filament tube. Yeah. Anyway, so here we go. So you can see how well that tool grabbed a hold and holds that tab down. I know it's hard to see, but see how it went around there? So it made that easy peasy. And the other one, the hose slipped out just fine, so I have to say these little tools are successful. So I plugged it into the control, the switch, Wi-Fi switch, and I did hook it up with a barrel connector so you can just slide it off. Okay, and it's just as a standard 12-volt power supply. I calculated this is 1 amp. Oh, I'm sorry. So I've got 5 LED strips, and they're basically held in position by these plastic slabs, and then I've connected them all together. They're all in parallel, and anyway, it does pretty good. So that's what it looks like right now. And now I'm going to turn the light on, and that's what it looks like with it lit up. So, you know, it seems to be pretty good. I'm going to put the AMS back on top and call her done.
There it is. From underneath, the AMS is on top, and so I don't know, it's doing a pretty good job. Maybe I could slide the AMS forward a little bit, but I really think that's going to make all the difference there. And notice the little light's not even on over here. I have to turn the unit on.
Don brought in the smaller sized bunny feet. You can see the bunny and the feet are smaller. Same designer. I already set it in there. I know it's going to screw in okay. Let me screw it in. Well, the only way it could be any better is if the middle bunny feet were middle sized. That bunny didn't have feet, and I had a spare feet because this ended up not using that one. And anyway, it's awfully cute. here working on yesterday's video with Gray. Don has just finished installing the extra lighting in the AMS unit. I sent an hour print, probably my last Easter themed print, and we'll see what the time lapse looks like, how bright it is with the garage light off, etc., etc. Because we were having to leave the light on Ruby's side so the time lapse looked good. You might notice in yesterday's video at the very end, the Christmas tree base, we accidentally turned out the light and the time lapse got a lot darker. So it's much brighter in there, and the camera resets the adjustment for the lighting at the very beginning of the print. So as long as it, I think as long as it stays consistent, it's good. So anyway, we'll see what this time lapse looks like and how we enjoy it better. And sometimes on the shorter prints, I have to slow down the speed 1 or 2 times so it's long enough to start and stop and you to see what's happening. This one's an hour, we'll see. You might notice I have a 2-tone silk in the AMS now. Forget what it's called, something rose, something orange and rose. But this is a 2-tone, and this is not one where it's one color then it's the next. This is a sheen of 2 varying tones the whole length of the filament. Hi, Tux. Every time I come out this afternoon, it feels awesome outside, so nice and warm. It's kind of a little chilly in the house. Wanted to see how the print's coming in person. Well, now there's enough light. I don't even need to turn on the light to walk over to the printer. Wow, that's looking pretty cool. Remember, well, I guess I haven't told you guys yet. I told Dawn, this thing's supposed to crack open really easily, so for a secret surprise inside. Yeah, the garage and the house are cold and outside it's warm. Of course, if you're outside for a little bit, then it's hot. I saw Gypsy down by Don's tree earlier. He did not choose to come up and eat. But I had Stripe in the house today. I know Stripe didn't cause a problem, and yes, that's Morris sleeping over there, but I don't think he's causing a problem either. And he wasn't there earlier when Gypsy was in the yard. It's time to build the frog and then the elephant for the carousel. You gonna help? Huh? You gonna help? Well, it says it's finished, which it should be because it was just an hour print. So it pops up this conclusion summary thing. Ask you if you had any problems. No. Want to print again? No. 59 minutes, 13.9 grams. It weighs next to nothing. Boy, that PLA silk is really pretty. Here, let me get it out. I could manhandle it a little more, but this is supposed to break and I don't want it to break right now. Well, on the one hand, I'm not happy that I accidentally broke it taking it off the plate. The bottom stuck super hard, and it stayed when everything else came away. But on the other hand, I'm not too upset. I get to save the egg, and I still ended up with the cool bunny rabbit surprise that was inside of there. But, you know, the idea with this is you give it to a kid or a friend or whoever, and they get to open it up. And you can kind of see the pink PLA. I'm thinking this little pink line here, which is orange on the back side, is a mistake in the filament. I can be wrong, but you can see the sheen on this changes as I spin it. It's really pretty, the metal color. Yeah, all that texture on the egg and stuff is something he had done in the print. Well, Don worked for 3 hours, but he's piled up and he's got a beer and guacamole now. And we got the NC State Duke game on. So, basketball.
Yep.
And, yeah, we're pulling for state.
Right.
We would be pulling for Duke if they weren't playing state. But since they're playing state, we're pulling for state.
That's correct.
Well, there's the frog. He sure is cute how his legs work. And then, here's the elephant. A little bit harder to get to his legs are solid, but he definitely can tell the difference in height with him going up and down. So I'm done with the animals, and tomorrow I can start working on the stuff that goes around the side and the stuff that goes on top. Side, top. That'll be tomorrow. There's the little robot I printed in the silk. I printed it as super good quality. The silk is a little easier maybe to see defects than the others. I'm loving this color. Well, his little legs do move, and he's perfect. I'm really liking the silk PLA and how smooth and silky it looks. Yeah, I cleaned this guy up and he's perfect. I'm loving him. I printed him in super high quality because, you know, I wanted the PLA to really shine, be smooth. Look. Look at all the maple tree stuff that has fallen down on the driveway. Goodness gracious, it's everywhere.